tuned for sports.
Keeping Score with Jess and Dean.
It is Sunday, September 21st. Do you remember?
No.
21st of September. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
EWF, you are not, okay?
I know.
You ever see them in concert?
I have to actually think about that.
I saw them when it was actually still the Civic Center. I think it was 2002, maybe. Yeah, they were still good. They were 70 then. They were still legit.
They're awesome.
I don't know if Philip Bailey was there, but I know he was sort of the replacement. I loved it, and he did the duet with Phil Collins. Easy Lover.
Oh yes, I like that song as well.
That's Philip Bailey. He was a member of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, look at that
the
fun
second
fact.
tier after I think one of the guys left, and yeah, what a group.
Yeah.
What a group. But no, you are not. No.
I know. All right. Well, it was just fun.
You're great.
I
love the plaid. I love the plaid fall look with the Pats logo. I love it.
Once again, we are on YouTube. Make sure you find us, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Very busy show. We don't have time for our hey, we saw Bobby walk in. Yeah. And here's a picture of it. Hey, the Rotary is getting repaved. We don't have time because we have a nice big segment. Joe Andruzzi came to the radio station and we were talking about his foundation. And he came early. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, man, now Dean's going to, I'm like, Dean, get in your car now because I know you want to see him. And you're as giddy as a schoolgirl now.
I'm having a hard time doing the show, actually, but I'm a Toys R Us kid, and I don't know if the camera's getting it, but he really put a lot into this. It seemed like while he was talking to us, it was like a 5-minute project, but he's got all the Super Bowls that he was a part of. He's got 63. He was obviously the guard on 3 Super Bowl championships for the Patriots, and one as a coach. So Joe's a great guy, and wish we got a chance to spend a little more time with him. But that was nice that I actually caught it.
I know.
It was great, and my day is made. So this was I had to get it out of him. I had the Sharpie with me. I was ready to rock and roll. But
no, and he loved it.
Life was good. No, he was definitely a fun-loving guy, and we do have a lot to talk about. But you were talking about no Rotary stories today, but you texted me the other morning. Is my driving improving? I didn't see you, so is that
a little further back? I was like a little further back of my mom's, and I could just see you. I mean, you maneuvered it. Let's just put it that way. And I feel like you hit the gas a little bit when you were going to Oakland. Like you felt like you were in the clear. Like I made it.
I remember that now. It's like always an accomplishment. There's a lot of moving parts over there.
It's all being repaved, so it's a hot mess. So we have a very big show today, so we don't have time to talk about your driving lack of capabilities. So we're going to get right to it. We're going to start with football, then we're going to do my interview with Joe Andruzzi, which unfortunately will not be on our YouTube channel, so we're going to have to cut that. And then Red Sox. Ouch. Seems like it. Seems like there's a little bit of pain right there. I'm good at what I do,
though, am I?
Yes, you're great at what you do. I did warn Joe that I'm like, my special boy is going to be throwing out some numbers to you. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
There we go.
Douglas in motion. Another bootleg to the right. May throws it. He's got an open man. Hollins! Touchdown, Patriots! As New England takes the lead.
What a play call.
May takes the snap. Back 2 steps. Lobs the throw left side. Looking for Booty. A lot of contact. And Booty makes the catch. Touchdown, Patriots! May out of the gun. Rolling to his right. He's being chased by Judon. Drake May on the run to the 5. Gets away from Judon and runs to the end zone.
Place just went nuts here.
Gibson on the run to the 20, to the 25 with a cut inside the 30. He bounces away near side. Gibson to the 35 of Miami 30. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Patriots! And the Patriots have the lead.
Stick that one in your head.
Now the Dolphins will cross the field to shake hands with Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach, and his team who deliver his first win as the head coach of his former team.
And the Patriots win. Well, how do you feel about that game? I
kind of feel like I've been with you 3 years. You haven't said that often.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I can. Right,
I probably said it 4 times.
4, 8. That's the 9th time you said Patriots win. I've been with you 3 years. It's been tough. It's been tough. This was fun. Yeah. And obviously, I had to, head for Fenway. We'll get into it in the baseball segment. I only got to watch the first half. Got to watch the second half. Tape the game. Got to, see what happened. I was kind of trying to track it on my phone, and that was even gut-wrenching in an Uber all the way to Boston, trying to see if the Pats could get it done.
I'm glad the driving was taken care of.
Yes, but no, listen, Jess, let's just talk about what it's all about here, and I'm going to put up this big number right here, and you can see it. It's obviously
put it towards the screen. There you go. Very
obviously the 0, and I've been telling you, and I'm going to say it all year. If you don't turn the football over and you play, mistake-free football, you got a pretty good chance to win pretty much every game.
Keep it clean.
And you saw Drake May 19 for 23, very, very efficient in this one. 230 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, which you heard on the clip, and of course the 1 rushing touchdown. Matthew Judon, you've lost a step at least. So I didn't think you're catching Drake May, but
maybe you shouldn't be wearing all that Under Armour stuff.
Yeah, really. But this was necessary, and of course you saw a Miami team that looked checked out early in the game. What disappointed me, and I don't know how you felt, Jess, was going into the half. Didn't you feel like the Pats controlled the game and should have had a bigger lead?
Yes, should have been more points.
And I believe those 2 kicks that Borregales missed, those 2 extra points, even though it's 1, it takes the steam out. It takes you pop the balloon. You just scored 6, but it seems like it took and it kept Miami in there, because at one point you're looking at the sidelines. You're thinking maybe Miami's checked out here and they're quitting on the coach. That's what you had that feeling. But then
McDaniel looks very stressed.
Yeah, but then of course the glasses that are bigger than his face, that nothing fits him.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's just there's a lot going on there in Miami, but the Patriots took advantage of it and of course needed that 90-yard kickoff return by Gibson, which was a big play. I don't want to be negative. A win's a win. There's no such thing as a bad win in the NFL. But I saw a lot of things when I watched the replay of the game. Sloppy. As far as tackling goes, I bragged about the kid Robert Spillane coming over from the Raiders. He looked like he was chasing it all day. They need to get tougher on defense and make better decisions as far as the tackling. It's just sloppy, and it's going to hurt them against a really good football team. The Patriots were able to overcome some mistakes in this game, but like I said, they did win the turnover battle as Tua threw a pick late in the game, which would definitely turn the tables as Miami was driving to I think they were on the at midfield, but a well-needed win for the Pats.
I almost thought that they lost because that guy stepping out of bounds, I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't Tyreek Hill because he was complaining the entire game, but if he didn't step out of bounds, we would have lost by 1.
That's what everybody's saying. Yeah.
So I mean, there were mistakes from them that was worse than our mistakes. Put it that way.
It's funny you say that, Justin. If you say by 1, then you're hopping back to those 2 kicks even more.
Right.
And you're gonna wonder if I know you told me off here that Vrabel gave the game ball to Borregales. I know he banged it from 53, but if you can't make extra points, and then by the way, then I find out I didn't see the game because I was at Fenway, but I guess Atlanta played the night game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Atlanta crushed it.
Yeah, okay, and I guess McCarthy was terrible. That's a story for later on, but he got hurt again.
Yes.
It looks like he's injury prone. But the kicker for Atlanta was Parker Romo, who I told you was battling Borregales for the starting kicker job. He hits 5 field goals, and then we find out that after the game, he still met like some of his teammates. He didn't know them.
They moved him right in.
Because he just got there on Friday. 5 field goals. What a dream come true. It's a great story and good for him, and we could use it. Can we get him back?
Nice choice, everybody. How stupid.
But great win for Atlanta. But so that was kind of funny to hear that. But a lot of things going on, and we're already in week 3, but week 2 is behind us, and the Patriots get a well-needed win. If I had it to do all over again, I still would have picked Miami just because of the venue.
Yeah.
Pats never win down there, but it's a nice division win, and you got to feel like them coming to Foxborough late in the season. You got 2 in the division if you can grab that one.
2 won't even be there.
That's nice.
And neither will be Daniel.
So McDaniel will be chopped.
Yep.
And Tua will get hurt, you're saying? Because
Tua is out. Or Tyreek Hill is going to fight him.
Well, I told you, I didn't see a lot of it was a dissension on the sidelines. Well, that's what what did I tell you last week?
I know.
He's going to get himself out of there at some point.
Because
he's
going to be arrested.
He knows the ship is sinking. Well,
he's a terrible person.
Right, that'll work. That'll work. But a good win for the Patriots. And I still saw a lot of things that I like. And it starts with Drake May. Is this going to be, the question is just moving forward as we break down these games weekly, is this going to be is this a pattern or is the pattern going to be good game, bad game, good game? Because he's 23 and he's still young, but I saw a lot to build off of in this game. The running attack was better. I thought Stevenson had a couple of nice runs. I liked the catch down the sidelines, and he cut it back inside, got 55, I think, on that play. But too many big plays on defense. You saw one play in the third quarter. Tua just threw it up for grabs. He underthrew it.
Yeah.
You had 2 Patriots there. The kid Alex Austin, he stinks on ice, okay? How does it end up in Hill's hands? There had 2 guys there.
I know.
It was underthrown.
I know.
And that was a big chunk play. Too many of those big plays, but they got to clean it up. I thought the offensive line just held up with that left side with the Jared Wilson, the rookie at left guard, and Will Campbell. They're holding up. They're playing great. Problem is still false starts. I mean, you're trying. I know you're trying. I keep saying last week, well, they don't know the snap count. No, I think it's a lot. You're trying to get that little bit of an advantage on you. You're pushing. But other than that, I think that Bradbury played well at center. He recovered. I guess he fumbled a snap and then May recovered it. But other than that, they played pretty clean as far as the turnover battle.
I will talk about this when we talk about Thursday Night Football. The chunk plays that you talked about that the Dolphins got with the Patriots, they also got them with the Bills, and the Bills obviously being a standout team. So we can talk about that in a little bit. But we should talk about today's game, Patriots pregame, right after us today. They're taking on Pittsburgh, and obviously we're going to hear a little bit from Tomlin.
They got 3 really capable backs and guys that we need to work to minimize. They got quarterback mobility in the form of Drake May. He does a really good job of extending plays and making plays with his legs. And so, the weeks where quarterback mobility are a factor, that usually has your attention from a rush and coverage perspective. Deep wide receiver group that spread the ball around to a lot of guys. A significant acquisition in the offseason is Diggs. Josh always does a nice job of working to keep you off balance. He'll get you in big personnel groups and spread you out. But as I mentioned, we've competed against him a lot over the years. There's some familiarity there, but I also imagine he's saying similar things.
So how do you feel about today's game?
First things first, Jess, I like Tomlin. I always have.
Yep.
I don't know how you feel about him. I saw a stat that I guess in his career against the Patriots, and I want to ask you, obviously he's only beat them 3 times out of 13 tries, so the Pats have won 10 out of 13. Do you throw that out? Like, does that mean anything to you? You don't have Brady. Belichick's gone.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing now. Yeah,
everything's new.
So it's,
It's 0-0.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'm a Tomlin guy. I think the Patriots, I think these teams are similar. Not similar, talent-wise. I think the Patriots have a younger team. I think this is an aging Pittsburgh team. Obviously, it's no mistake to know that your quarterback's 41, 42. Of course, he's on a banana peel. He didn't have a great game last week against Seattle at home, and they got shredded by Sam Darnold.
They got booed.
I think that they got, like I said, a lot of aging players, even on that defensive line with Cam Hayward. He's in his mid-30s now. You've got T.J. Watt. They re-signed him for a ton of money. He's still an elite player. But I think the Patriots are going to be able to run the ball. Stevenson had 122 all-purpose yards last week.
Earned his money.
Actually 142 all-purpose yards. The Pats had 122, for themselves. I don't know. I think that this game is there for the taking, Jess. I like, again, you win the turnover battle, you're going to win the football game. And I think the Patriots with Stevenson and I thought Henderson did a poor job as far as blitz pickup. I talked about it in the preseason, how good he was as being an all-purpose back. We didn't see it in Miami, and it showed. He didn't get as many snaps. It looked like it was Stevenson's day to shine. Pats are going to be able to run the football. That's going to open up play action. I think the Pats are going to do enough things to win this game. I think it's going to be close. And I think this game is going to get into the 20s. I think both teams are going to be able to score on each other, it looks like.
All right. Well, we're going to go through our games of the week because I can't believe it's week 3 already, and I'm doing terrible and all.
You said you won 50 beans off the air. I heard you say it to Joe Andruzzi.
It was. I bet one. Cabral was very happy. I misspoke when I was talking to Joe. I bet $1 and I won 50.
So you can eat again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have $80 in my little account, which I'm going to have to cash out because I need money for this weekend. All right. So here's what we want to do. This is where gambling is weird and hard for me because I want the Patriots. Like last week, we had the crew over and everyone's cheering for the Patriots, obviously. And I want to cheer for the Patriots, but I picked the Dolphins because for the gambling process. So your brain kind of gets messed up because you're wearing the gear and then you're just like, well, I still want to win money. So that's
but you went against everything I've told you for 3 years.
Yeah,
just stay away from that game at all so you can at least enjoy your team. You have to pick all. All right.
I have to pick all the games. Yeah. So that's what. Speaking of that, do you want to get to that or do you want to thank our sponsors first? Let's thank our sponsors first, and then we will get to our week 3 picks of the week.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. All right, week 3, picks of the week. I will obviously still go. I was doing the spreads in the commercial break. Go ahead.
Well, you got to start with Buffalo and Miami, correct?
Yes, we do have to talk about that, the Thursday night game. I ended up going with Buffalo because I thought I just thought the Dolphins looked like complete trash. The spread was 12. They won by 10. And I will say that first half, Dolphins were well in it. And I do think that, like I said earlier, there was a lot of stupid plays that they got away with. Like either Tua ran or they threw it up and Tyreek Hill caught it. They got a lot of first downs towards the end of the closer to halftime that they ended up scoring on. And I thought that was very disappointing because Bills at home, and granted, I know they still won, but it wasn't, I don't know if their defense is the same or if they just had a better game plan.
Well, on defense for Buffalo, of course, Matt Milano seems to get hurt every year. It's always an arm or a tricep or something. Ed Oliver, the down lineman, he was out also in this game. 2 of their core guys, those are Pro Bowl caliber players, Jess. And I want to say something about Miami. Good for them. I mean, they lost their 0-3. There's no moral victories, but I think that's a good thing. After losing to the Patriots, even though it's tough physically to play on a Sunday and go back and play on a Thursday, sometimes the best thing is to get right back out there. And I think that they showed up.
They did.
And they played it. And granted, it's a loss. And I don't think you're going to fire the coach when you only have 3 days to prepare for a game on Thursday. McDaniel's in trouble. But it looked like this was a game that was there for the taking. And your $50 million quarterback can't get it done. He threw a pick against New England late, and he threw a pick within 3 minutes because by the time I got out of work after a long double, I got the PJs to watch the stretch run of this game. And this game was there for them, Jess. Miami could have stole this one. But of course,
that would have been better for us.
Yeah. And of course, Josh Allen does he does these things that like Mahomes does, where it's like, these improvising on the fly. They just get it done enough to win a football game. Cook, I think, had over 100 yards. He looked good.
Yeah, and 70 in the first half.
I know he doesn't have elite wide receivers, Allen, but he still has Dalton Kincaid, the tight end. He played well. Dawson Knox didn't play in this game, but they're a team, and I think Allen can will them. I hope it's his year. I really do. And this game, went down the stretch. It was a nice division win for Buffalo. You got to get those wins in the division, but Miami, it's going to be a long season. 0-3. I hate to say a season's over, but they're toast.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. And I was concerned that Josh Allen may have a difficulty playing because he has a shield on because of his broken nose, but he did just fine. All right. Because there were friends that broke their nose.
Schnoz. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's all black and blued up. Oh. Yeah. All
right.
Yeah. So anyway.
I like that nugget.
Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. We have a game starting today. Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina getting 5.5 at home. Atlanta burned me last week. I should have picked them. Little Jess did. She had a perfect week, much like Mama G. I am going Atlanta straight up.
But you don't love that 5.5, do you?
I don't.
You think that's a lot of points to give?
I do. At home.
Atlanta's been burning me since you and I have been working together. I can't get a read on them. I mean, Penix gets it done. Carolina comes to Foxborough next week. I like Atlanta to win this game on the road. I'm picking them. I don't love the 5.5 giving it, though. I like home dogs, especially when they get close to a touchdown for a spread.
Yep, very good. All right, so we have Green Bay at Cleveland. Cleveland getting 7.5 at home. Obviously, I'm going all Green Bay. Cleveland burned me last week, getting 11.5 with the Ravens, and they were torched.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's got 3.5 sacks already. He's leading the league. He's going to be trying to get to Jordan Love. That's his job on Sunday, but I don't think it's going to happen. Green Bay, even though it's in Cleveland, I like the Packers. This could be a closer game than people think it's going to be, but I'm taking Green Bay.
Very good. We have Houston at Jacksonville. Jacksonville only giving 1.5 at home. Houston, tough one. I thought they were going to win on Monday night. Jacksonville seems like they have it together, and we have to go with our guys. So I'm going Jacksonville at home.
Yeah, I was going to lean on you for this one, so I'm going to let you pick it, Jess, and just tell you. Houston obviously loses on Monday Night Football right at the buzzer, pretty much 1 second left. Mayfield gets it done. Houston looks like they struggle to score points. Stroud, that team is not the same this year. I don't know if it's the offensive line. They're just not the same. And you look at Jacksonville, something that I think you may have missed. You say they've got it together. I saw something, and then, Liam Cohen, we're rooting for him, the local guy. It looked like he was getting a little upset with Trevor Lawrence yelling at him on the field about hitting a guy, hit him here, hit him in the breadbasket. Yeah. And Trevor just gave him a wave away. If you can see it on YouTube, he just went like this. Like
really?
Yeah, like it's just say, mind your business. I got this. And they didn't win that game, did they? I don't believe Jacksonville. They're 1-1.
Oh,
they won opening day. They didn't win. So my point is, you know what? Like, defer to your coach. I don't want to hear you've had 4 coaches and 3 coordinators. you're making another guy making 50 beans.
All right, maybe I'll go with Houston after that story.
You didn't see that, did you?
No, because I had to watch all of the Patriots game, even though I had red zone. We'll talk about that after the show. All right, we have Cincinnati at Minnesota. Both quarterbacks not playing. What's Joe Burrow? You know what? Spend some money on your offensive line because this poor guy, he has all the talent and he can't play a full season because they can't stop stepping all over him.
You know I love Burrow, and there's a lot of season left, but 3 months they're saying that's a tough one. The turf toe, that's a tough injury.
You have to push off your toe. He's not playing this season.
So for us, Jess, I mean, it comes down to which backup quarterback do you think can do the job? I like Jake Browning. I know he struggled a little bit in this game. He had some ups and downs, but he's done it before. I like Browning. He came over from Seattle. Carson Wentz hasn't been good in like 7 years, maybe. Seriously, I don't think I'm exaggerating. When was the last time he was good?
I think he was in a commercial once.
Despite what I just said, I will take Minnesota because they're at home. I don't know. Wentz is not good, but they're at home, and I think they get back. That was a tough one last week. McCarthy went down again. He's allergic to playing. Missed the whole season. Now he's out too. And I heard he was dreadful in this game. I heard he was terrible before he got hurt.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was like he started the game like he did for his first game, and he never got better though.
Jess, doesn't this just show how reactionary we are about everything? Like 2 weeks ago,
only 1 week.
I know, but like a week ago, they were like, "Oh, the Patriots should have traded down to get him, or could have traded down to get him at 10." Like, stop it! It's one game. He brought them back on Monday Night Football versus the Bears.
Yeah, right.
Okay, stop it now. But I'm gonna take Minnesota at home. I remember the days with Carson Wentz when he was actually good in Philadelphia, and then he used to throw the ball to Zach Ertz, who's in Washington now, and they used to call it Ertz, Wentz, and Fire.
Oh,
and you did a little EW Fire earlier with the
September 21st.
Yeah, so it was Ertz, Wentz, and Fire a long time ago.
Very nice. All right. Yeah, then see what happens this week. I'll go with you with Minnesota just simply because they're at home and they're actually giving Cincinnati 3. We got the Rams at Philly giving them 3.5. The Rams, I like them. I like how they play. I like the team. Philly, I love Hurts and I love Saquon. I hate the fans and I hate the rest of the team. I may go Philly just because they're at home, but I think I'm going to go with the Rams with the spread.
No, listen, there's no argument there, Jess. I love this Rams team. You got Puka Nacua, who's one of the top wide receivers in the league. Devontae Adams is a nice number 2, and Stafford still got a little something left in the tank. I like this team. I just not going to go against Philly now. You went to Kansas City. You beat the Chiefs, and now you're coming home. I'm not going against Philly. I may not like them, but I like them in this game.
We have the Jets at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay giving them 6.5. Mayfield is on a roll right now. 6.5. I know Fields is not playing for the Jets because he's in concussion protocol, I believe. And Tampa Bay's at home. I like them straight up. I'm not sure about the spread. I don't know why I believe in the Jets. I shouldn't after last week.
No, you shouldn't.
I
mean, Aaron Glenn, you can't cut a guy every week. He cut the kick return of the week before. This week he said, I'm not going to put up with any bull. I mean, this team's just can't. They just cannot get out of their own way. And Fields isn't playing. I don't even know. Oh, it's Tyrod Taylor, who's been around forever.
But he's not bad.
Decent backup. And it was funny. I was thinking the other day, we talked about the kid Mike White they had a few years ago. And I told you he was in Buffalo's camp. He was on Hard Knocks. He got caught.
He's somewhere else, though.
Yeah, he just signed with Cincinnati. That's a backup for Browning now while Burrow's out.
Browning and White?
Browning and White. It's
all the colors.
I'm with you. I like Tampa Bay. I think that's a lot of points, but I like the Buccaneers to at least win this football game.
Definitely. We have Indy at Tennessee. Tennessee getting 4.5 at home. Indy has been Danny Dimes has been getting it done. Tennessee, I feel like, I don't know, they've been in pretty much all the games, or they've been getting blowed out. I can't remember.
They've been competitive, but they've got a long way to go. That's a tough roster. And Cam Ward's, number 1 pick in the draft. He's getting the chance to make it up on the fly and make his mistakes. On the other side, Jess, Jonathan Taylor's averaging 5.5 yards per carry for Indianapolis. Okay. He's back. I like them on the road. And rookie Tyler Warren, who I forgot that they even drafted him. I was talking to Mike Casale the other day when I did my Casale run. And when he said Tyler Warren, I said, gee, wait a minute. I liked him in the draft, and he went high. The reason why I didn't like him for New England is I knew they weren't going to pick him at 4.
Right.
You knew you're going Will Campbell, but he's an elite tight end. He's got 155 receiving yards already. I like Indianapolis in this game.
Very good. We have Vegas at Washington. Is Jaden Daniels playing, or is he hurt?
He's banged up, but I think he is going to play in this game, and I'm taking them. I'm taking them no matter what. Vegas. I mean, Geno Smith. Yeah, great. I mean, he looked like the Geno Smith of old last week. A lot of balls he was throwing high. I think he threw 3 picks in this game. He was terrible, and I know it was against Harbaugh and the Chargers, who I like very much. But
you like his girlfriend.
What?
Madison beer.
I'm gonna go with Washington in this game, whether Daniels is at 80% or not.
All right, we have Denver at the Chargers. Chargers giving them 3. I like the Chargers, and I would go with this only because they're at home. But if Denver was at home, I'd be going with Denver. I think Denver's better than they've been showing.
Well, it sounds like you're saying basically whichever team's at home you like in this game. So you think they're kind of like evenly matched teams?
I kind of do, yeah.
I like Sean Payton, but I like Harbaugh more, and I like the roster, and he's going to get it out of Herbert, and I think they improved to 3-0, and I picked them to win the division before the season started, so I'm going to ride that wave. I like the Chargers in this one.
Very nice. We have New Orleans at Seattle. Seattle giving them 7.5. I think that's a lot of points, but New Orleans is not good. Seattle at home, obviously taking them.
All right, hate to put my partner on the spot, but I have to do it. Who's the quarterback for New Orleans now?
Rattler.
Yes.
Thank you.
There we go. We're getting this thing going.
3 weeks.
Week 3. I love it. Listen, Sam Donald, he's not bad. I mean, he's he's had a couple of off games, and last year was great in Minnesota. He really lit it up against Pittsburgh last week.
Yes.
Seattle comes back. They're at home. Their coach's name is McDaniels, I think or Daniels. He's similar, not the same as the Miami guy. I like the job he's done there. I think it's his second season now. I'm taking Seattle at home. New Orleans is they fight, they play hard, but they just don't have the personnel.
Yep, they have Dallas at Chicago. Chicago getting 1 at home.
Ooh.
Dallas, I can't.
Help
like
me
last week, I was just like, "Are you serious right now?" Like Russell Wilson's throwing 700,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like, are we really in this game?
And then decided to throw it up for grabs in overtime. But whatever. I know he did throw for 450. But
it was. I mean, he did look. For the most part, Russell Wilson. You have to give him credit. He still looked good. He was finding Neighbors. Neighbors is back. That was Dallas.
So
I don't like Chicago enough, honestly.
I believe Matt Eberflus, who got fired last year as head coach in Chicago,
still getting paid.
He's the coordinator for Dallas, and so he gets to institute his. I think he's the defensive coordinator there. So for Dallas, so listen, Dallas, Chicago. You think Chicago's going to get off the schneid and get that first victory? Dallas did not look great last week, but even on the road, I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think they get this one. This is going to be a fun game. This is a game I wouldn't mind watching.
Okay, very good. That's who I'm picking is Dallas. We have Arizona at San Francisco. Freaking Mac Jones. He had a good game. He had a good game. And I was hoping that he wasn't, and that's why I didn't go with him last week. They're at home. I still like Arizona though. I don't know. Something about Arizona.
Yeah.
I still like.
I mean, you don't forget, like with Mac, McCaffrey's been playing, right?
Yeah.
And even though we didn't expect him to,
Kittle
but
wasn't.
everyone else is out. Kittle's out for 4 weeks. Ayuk hasn't played. He got hurt last year. He's got the kid Jennings is playing well. They're banged up right now. So they don't have, Debo's not there anymore.
Right.
But as smoke and mirrors, they're at home. This is a coin flipper. I don't know on that one. Mac, another W. I mean, although there was
after the session, and he was saying, "Hey, I just need some sinus medicine."
There was some report that Brock Purdy said that he could play. So he's supposed to be out 2 to 5 weeks, but he says he's getting better quicker, maybe. So I don't think he's going to play.
What did he hurt? I don't
remember.
think
it was his leg or his hamstring or something. He says he might play. So let's see what happens.
When you're on the radio, just can you not do this in front of your face with the microphone?
Oh, does it look like? All right. Well,
no, I'm not saying you're picking your nose. I'm just like,
it's unsanitary?
No, I'm just saying. It's like your voice went away. That's all
right.
I'm
You're saying it blocks the
Yeah, you're blocking the microphone.
Right.
Okay,
I'm not even picking that one. That's a coin flipper. Mac Jones, I mean.
I know I probably should pick the 49ers. Yeah. I can't stand him. I'm going Arizona.
Hatred.
I can't. Kansas City at the Giants. The Giants getting 6 at home. I feel like Kansas City. Hello, you're going to win a game? Like you're 0-2. That's the first time since what?
I love when we say, well, I can't see them going 0-3. Well, we didn't see them going 0-2. We didn't see them going 0-1. But it's at the Giants. And again, I almost open up my big mouth. I keep saying Russell's out. He's done. Yeah. And then he throws for 450. And as I'm saying it, like I'm with PVs. In the grill last week in Boston.
I know. You got the picture of your apps.
All of a sudden, he throws it up for grabs in overtime. A game that obviously you don't want to see. You don't want to see a game end in a tie. Yeah. But I don't want to lose like that either. He just threw it up, and it was the worst pick you could throw. He just threw it with 3 guys there. But Russell did have a good game. They're at home. I don't think their defense is that great. I kept telling you they didn't have the personnel, but I always liked their defense. It hasn't been great. They're giving up 30 every game. Taking Kansas City and Mahomes to get off. They're gonna get their first victory.
They are. Do you think they're gonna win by 6?
That's a big spread.
I think
a big spread. I'm just picking them to win the game.
All right, same. And then finally, tomorrow night we have Detroit at Baltimore. Baltimore giving Detroit 4.5. Obviously, Detroit came back at home fire. Like you knew they were going to crush it. Baltimore also won big last week. I'm going with Baltimore only because They're home.
Yep.
And I just believe in that. They have too many weapons. I know Detroit does too, but I'm
going to agree with you. But on the flip side, Goff threw 5 touchdowns last week. He was lighting it up. I mean, he really looked good. Very efficient, mistake-free football. I like them bouncing back and putting up 52 last week. But I'll go Baltimore at home.
All right, very good. And so that brings us to our Godson's games of the week. Let's see who he picks.
Let's go! Flag football! Godson's games of the week.
All right, he's going Houston, getting 1.5. He's going with Denver, getting 3 against the Chargers. And then he has Chicago winning at home, getting 1. So I know you were talking about that was like kind of a coin flip for us too. Houston 1.5, and they're playing in review Jacksonville. Denver getting 3 on the road against the Chargers, and then Chicago at home getting a point. That's Godson's picks of the week.
I think even though I went with Dallas, I'd like to see the Bears win. I want to see the old. I mean, Dallas is one of the old originals too, but you want to see some teams just get better. I don't want to see the Bears, 2-15, and I don't know, like Caleb Williams just doesn't give you a good feel. It just
Definitely
and
not.
By the way, the coach kind of already lost it at the press conference. Like you're supposed to be this mastermind. You left Detroit. You're the head coach.
Oh yeah, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, so they asked him if he thought that Soup Campbell ran it up on him at the end.
Oh yeah,
and he said, "What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do?" Just the way he came across. You're not going to win you're not going to win with the media, especially he's in Detroit. That's a big. He's in Chicago, Detroit. Those are big markets.
Yeah.
So you won't last long if you get snooty with the media.
I guess we're going to find out more. We'll see what happens later on tonight. We're going to thank our sponsors, and then I'm going to do a little Joe Andruzzi interview. Do you want to talk about Tom Brady quick right now? I don't know what that round.
That means yeah.
Okay, all right. So then I messed up last time because if you did that, last time, I thought.
More times than not, it means keep things moving.
All right.
No,
so
I
then
want to
the
do
Tom Brady thing. You want to talk about Tom Brady?
Sure.
All right. So I was watching. It was Monday Night Football, right? And then they keep cutting up to the coach's box, and Tom Brady's sitting in there. Now, as you know, he has a piece of the Raiders. He has the headphones on and the mic. And my question to you is that, I mean, I guess he's an owner, but that seems like he's really in there. Like, it's just a weird move to have Tom Brady, like, is he going to be calling plays coming up next? Like, why is he in there and why is he wearing headphones?
Well, first of all, are you asking this because you think it's like...
I feel like it's cheating almost.
Oh, all right. So wait a minute.
Because he reports on other...
Well, I'm asking you, so is it a conflict of interest with his job with Fox? Is that what is that how you feel?
I mean, I just think like he is going to be he watches he's going to have all these games. So he obviously is watching them. So he's going to know how these other teams play.
Yeah.
And then he is in I just think he's going to be calling plays. And I think that's not fair because of the time he has, I don't know, being on Fox.
I don't like the optics. I don't like the look of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's fair. I mean, obviously he's the GOAT. We get it. Your football days are over as a player. So like with that GOAT thing, but to get your cake and eat it too, I don't know. It doesn't look right. But as far as like him having an advantage, I mean, I don't, if he's part owner of the Raiders and he wants to, if he wants to start calling plays from the press box and he's not doing that particular game, I know you're saying it could affect something down the road.
Later in the road,
later on, yeah.
Like, what if the Raiders were, 2-0 right now?
Yeah.
I think it would be, I don't know. I just think there would be a different conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like I said, I think some players have a hard time, especially the great ones, in retirement. And I'm not saying he's having a bad time in retirement. He's got the gig and all, part owner. But I just think of Jordan. I know he's your idol, but like he was a terrible owner with the. I'm just saying they get bored. They want to be a part. They want to do more. They want to be, and they can't. They can't accept anything but perfection. So maybe he's trying to get into that a little bit more. I mean, I don't think he's going to lose his gig with Fox, but I don't like the look of it. But I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I just think it's something that maybe it'll just play itself out. I thought they'd have rules and regulations in place. I would hope that, like, if he can do it, then anybody else should be able to do that.
I know, but no one else is
doing that, right?
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, I just didn't know what your thoughts were. I just thought it was just looked odd to me. Like it stood out. Like, all right, Tom Brady, we always shoot to him, but then him being in there with the headphones on, it's his team. Like,
it's odd, but I'm not going to say, oh, wait a minute, hold on, they're playing them. So if they're playing this team in 2 weeks, do you have an advantage? Do you give him play? I mean, I don't know. He's obviously part owner. Whether he had a headset on the other night or not, he's still part owner. He could do it behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
he's just blatantly doing it out in the open. Obviously, if you saw it,
I know. But then he could be calling plays next. Like, why have a coach? All right,
let him call plays.
We actually are running out of time already because we got to chat with Joe Andruzzi. Going to thank our sponsors and be right back.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
All right. So earlier in the week, actually it was on Friday, Joe Andruzzi stopped by the radio station, and he was obviously promoting his Joe Andruzzi Foundation. They have an event at Gillette Stadium on Wednesday, October 8th. It's not a fancy event. He's like, I don't want you to get all dressed up. It's not gowns and tuxes. He's like, it's just a good time to raise money for families who are struggling. If a loved one has cancer, and what they do is they pay for their bills, they pay for their mortgage, they raise money to help people struggling, because Joe did years ago. Is there anything you're looking at me? Do you want to say something?
No, I obviously, if anybody, just to preface the whole thing as far as the interview, sure, it was a great interview that you carried.
Yep.
Okay, as usual. But I'm obviously on my end, I came in what I believe to be a little bit early, but I was technically a little bit late because they came in a little bit early.
Yes.
But I think it's safe to say Joe, and obviously wonderful guy.
Yes.
I mean, terrific. We
Took
say
the
about
time.
him, but I really mean it. You could sense that, like, that warmth to him. But I think he pretty much knows I'm a demented individual.
Yes,
Okay.
I give him the prep.
Obviously, I came packing.
Yep.
I had my little mini helmet with me.
Yep, you can push it closer to the camera so they can see. And tilt it down so they can show.
Oh, tilted.
So you can see the autograph that you got. The other way. There you go. Nice stuff. We're obviously on YouTube.
He put a lot into this.
He did. He took the time, and he was asking you. He gave you a little pop quiz. We're gonna have all that in the B-roll of our show.
It made my day.
Yeah, it sure did.
Doesn't take a lot, but I mean, that's the way to my heart. So, Joe's a great guy, and of course, part of 4 Super Bowls. Obviously, one as a coach, but the beginning of the dynasty.
Yep.
And I would love to have asked him if he knew that Brady was going to be the GOAT back then, but I don't think anybody saw that coming at the time. Maybe he did. But
well, he's going to be friends with us for a long time.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep people behind the scenes here. I'm going to insert that interview now, and you're going to talk to, because YouTube, we're not going to stop. So you are going to talk to the people on YouTube when I do some magic work right here. Okay.
All right. What am I talking about?
I don't know. Do something. Talk about something that you like.
All right.
All right, so you keep talking on YouTube. Go ahead.
All right, so
on YouTube.
So obviously, because time is of the essence here, we got the Andruzzi thing going on, a lot going on with keeping score. Sunday mornings 9 to 10. Jess and Dean. Obviously, you said in the pregame about time is of the essence, but obviously the Fenway trip last week with PV. I didn't get to watch the second half of the Pats game, so obviously we take the Uber up and an Uber back. I mean, I'm game for that. Okay,
yeah, of course, because you can't drive.
Obviously, we're going to do our baseball segment. Little did I know that was going to be my World Series that night. Okay,
what do you mean?
Meaning, like, that was it for me. That was it. Like, the Sox beat the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I think you know it now, and you're not going to do the whole Yankees suck. They got the best record in the American League since August 11th. But for that night, for one night, I could hear the ball whistling out of Crochet's hand. He was throwing BBs. And I got my cake and eat it too. Speaking of having the cake and eat it too, is that when Aaron Judge hit one about 800 feet to the opposite field. You want to see power versus power.
Yep.
And he hit the home run, even though I'm a Sox fan. I got to see Judge go bridge, and the Sox still win the game.
Right.
So that was kind of how that all played out. So it was very, very exciting night. And again, I dressed for the cause. And I got to be honest with you, Jess, the weather was just off the charts. I just could never he had PV had short sleeves on. I had a soft Under Armour or Nike gear on, but it was just perfect.
Yeah. Did you travel with 2 shirts?
No, I had a black t-shirt. No, so I don't know what you heard. I had a black t-shirt on that I couldn't go into a rest. I couldn't go into a restaurant with that, so I had that in the car with me. I didn't have it on, and I just threw it on when I found out the venue.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be Capitol Grill. So I what?
But we're gonna go back to recording our show.
Okay.
All right, hang on. All right, hold on. All right, so if you just watched us on YouTube, Dean was giving us the rundown of his Red Sox experience, and with the Joe Andruzzi interview, we have 10 minutes left, so we're going to have to blast through. But someone told me that you brought 2 shirts to take to the.
No, I had one shirt that was addressed, and one was the undershirt that I couldn't wear into Capitol Grill. I hedged my bets.
Okay.
I knew he was going to want to fine dine, and I couldn't whack up a ribeye with him. I had too much just on the appetizer. Thought about a burger, and I hit the wall a little. But it was a perfect night, and I was shocked. It was just him and I.
Yep.
Usually puts the roster together. Usually there's 4 bodies, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah,
so,
it
was a really good time.
Yes.
I want to say one thing, and I didn't say it to him because I thanked him for a great night. But the one thing that he did prevent me from doing, and I was a little bit disappointed. If I wanted to be nitpicky, was on the way into Fenway, there was a little stand on the back, like when you're walking into the right field line outside the stadium, where there was a little bobblehead table. And he said, catch it on the way out. And then when we came out, the table was gone. I was kind of jerked.
We were going to put the bobblehead
in the car when you drive home. What's the big deal? I would have carried.
You would have had a bobblehead all game, though.
Yeah, I would have had to carry it all. Yeah. Well, and I got
I agree with him.
I got the peanuts on the way in.
I got a picture of that, which I did not post because TV doesn't like when he's a sly one. I know he sees stuff, so I'm not going to get caught.
He sends me the pictures like the next day because he knew that if I was sending them on the fly to you. But
I know better.
I did my best to keep it, for keeping score, to keep things, covered for keeping score.
You did a great job.
And the Red Sox won the game, and little did I know they weren't going to win many more after that.
Yeah,
and,
so
they're done.
Because we're on, they're done.
Yeah, they're toast. They're toast.
That's all you want to say about that?
I mean, listen, there's no, Jess, the worst feeling in the world is when you don't control your own destiny. So when I have to start looking at what Cleveland's doing, winners of 12 out of 13, it's going to get to a point in this last week. You only got a week left, and you got Toronto and Detroit, and they just played Minnesota. They did this to themselves, and I don't want to hear about Roman Anthony and Willie Abreu. This team's hit the wall. It's just, Trevor Story's got the yips all of a sudden at shortstop. They can't get good pitching. Bayo's been awful. Giolito's struggled the other night.
Awful early. Early's been good, and they took him out too early.
But he got pulled early.
Yeah.
And keep going to Greg Weissel with runners on base, and it's just Shank City. You lost 2 out of 3 to the Athletics. I'm tired of hearing we lost 2 out of 3. They continue to lose 2 out of 3. That's going to add up. That means you're going to lose, you're 3-6 over 9 games. It's very frustrating. Yankees are clicking on all cylinders. There's a week to go in the season, and the Red Sox would be blessed to even get the 3rd wild card. That's what it's looking like right now. Yeah. So forget about that Yankee Red Sox matchup that I told you they finished 1-2.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. The Red Sox would, if they even make it, they'd have to go to Seattle. They'd have no shot. You have to play 3 games on the West Coast. Yeah. Or Houston, whoever wins the division, whichever team doesn't win the division. So, tough times, tough week.
All right. Well, we're just going to get to birthdays. How about that?
Okay.
It is Sunday, September 21st. Do you remember who was born today?
Well, do you remember Cecil Fielder?
Oh, of course. Big guy.
Yeah, big guy. He's 60.
He had a son, too.
Well, so how about that? I'm going to throw it in there while you mention it. They're the only, his son Prince. Yep. They're the only father-son combination. Both hit 50 home runs in a season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Cecil is 62, 3-time All-Star, home run leader with the Tigers, World Series champion with the New York Yankees in 1996, 319 lifetime home runs.
Very nice.
All right, I'm shifting right over to the entertainment side. I'm going to mention this guy. He's having a real tough time, kind of like your broadcast partner. Legendary novelist Stephen King is 78. Okay, and he's really
Stephen King is 78.
Yeah, and he's not having a good time right now because he is probably a bigger Red Sox fan than I am.
Oh.
So I'm just letting you know he's struggling right now. And I didn't talk to him. About it. I didn't talk to him, but how about this? Legendary comedian and actor Bill Murray is
83.
No, I thought he was older too. He's 75.
He looked 83 in Ghostbusters.
I'm going Ghostbusters, as you just said. Caddyshack,
Yep.
Stripes, and Saturday Night Live.
What about Bob? Did it Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
any McDowell?
Is he in Scrooged?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good ones.
Bill Murray, the best.
No,
one of the
great.
best.
I love Bill Murray.
Real quick, no description here. 2 shows came out in 1998 on this day. King of Queens came out and Will and Grace. 2 shows, and I only mention them because I didn't watch either one. I wasn't really into either one, but I know they were very popular shows.
Oh,
yeah.
But like, I would think that you would have watched.
My mother watched Will and Grace. She don't have the greatest sense of humor in the world, but she liked that show. And of course, King of Queens with Leah.
You being her son is joke enough.
I shouldn't say that. My mother's not feeling well, and I just, I should. I have the right time to say that. I've got couple of another release. This show came out in 1993, one of my favorites of all time. I know these are right in my wheelhouse. You're gonna laugh, but don't, please. NYPD Blue came out. It's a Stephen Bochco show. At the time, I know you probably didn't like this guy. David Caruso was the star from The Rip. I know. Then he wanted a big time it. He went and did Jade. It was kind of lame.
Oh my god!
All right, but I
want to throw up.
Him and Dennis Franz were great together, and of course, Jimmy Smits took over for Caruso and was actually phenomenal in that show. And then, of course, Ricky Schroeder, Mark Paul Gosselaar. They kind of limped to the finish line there a little bit. That show came out in '93. One of my favorites. And by the way, Smoking Hot. Sharon Lawrence was in that. She's and Kim Delaney, the great, beautiful Kim Delaney. Yeah. She's amazing. Yeah. And I've got one movie, Jess.
All right, you gotta hurry up.
Came out in 2012, and it was in our baseball show of top 10 movies of all sports baseball movies of all time that I did. Yeah. That we did. Trouble with the Curve came out in 2012. Clint Eastwood, Amy Adams. Really, he's starting to lose his sight. He's a scout.
Oh, okay.
And Justin Timberlake, a former Red Sox pitcher, is another scout, and they end up kind of like, having a good time. Yeah. But those are my not with Eastwood, with Adams. Yeah, all right. And those are my birthdays and releases for September 21st.
All right, we're at the end of the show already.
Oh, wow.
I know. Well, first of all, I want to thank Joe Andruzzi and Danielle Fish for coming in from the Joe Andruzzi Foundation. Once again, tickets are available for their gala at Gillette Stadium Wednesday, October 8th. Live entertainment, great food, moving patient stories, because once again, raising money for cancer patients. And there's the Average Joe's Golf Tournament happening on Monday, October 27th, where Dean will not be a part of. And you can go to the website for tickets, which is joeandruzzifoundation.org.
Great guy, and he's doing some great things, and he's got good penmanship,
yes,
too.
He does.
He did a great job on this. This is great.
He's going to be smiling all the way home. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for a background, little sneak peek of Joe Andruzzi talking to Dean and pop quizzing him. And Facebook, Instagram, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Next Sunday, right back here, we have Patriots pregame up next.
Bye.
Oh.